Hello friends, Happy New Year. It is 2026 and I'm so excited about it. Today is the first Sunday in 2026. It is also a time, around this time in the new year, where many people are coming up with plans. They want to change their lives. They have resolutions. They have goals. Many of us do because it is the new year. I was listening to some people towards the end of the year. They're like, I'm going to do this next year. I'm excited to do this next year. I'm going to get this next year. So there is so many things that we want to do in this year. And that is wonderful. And that is really good. And before we do that, there is something that is powerful that I believe will help us to achieve those goals we are talking about, those things that we have set our eyes on, and that is our mindset shift. It is very, very important because the mind is very, very powerful. A mindset shift is a fundamental change in your core beliefs, attitudes, and perspective about yourself, life, and specific situations. It's a conscious rewiring of your mental framework from fixed thinking, such as I can't, to potential focused thinking, such as I can't yet. You see the shift in that? Initially you said I can't, but now you're saying not yet. That means you will be able to. So that is what I want us to dive in today as we step into the new year. You don't want to step into the new year with the old mindset. Otherwise, you'll be stuck. I'm going to read from Philippians 4:8. It says, finally, brethren, whatever things are true, whatever things are noble, whatever things are just, whatever things are pure, whatever things are lovely, whatever things are of good report, if there is any virtue and if there is anything praiseworthy, meditate on those things. So we are being told to see things that are good, to think about things that are good, because sometimes we think about the negatives. Sometimes we think about the impossibles. But we have to renew our minds that even when it looks dark right now, it will be bright tomorrow. I will give you a little example. My son, I have twin boys that are 10 years old. One of them the other day was asked by his dad to come help him. It was to do with the TV. His dad was watching something and something kind of went a little bit not well, so he needed to get back to what he was watching. And this boy knows a lot about TV and pieces and this and that, at least for his age. He's 10, okay? But when his dad asked him and he came and fixed what he needed to fix, I thanked him and I told him he's so good. He's so good at what he does for his age. He's so good. We even call him a computer whiz. At least for his age. And he just looked at me like, you're not serious. I'm not good. I'm not a computer whiz. I'm not good, you know. So I thought about it afterwards and I'm like, that is what most of us do. You know, we always put ourselves down. I tried to encourage him, of course, and I told him, no, instead of saying you don't know, you're like, maybe I'm not so good right now, because he's good at some stuff, you know, so you can't count yourself out with just because you don't think you're perfect. And that is what I want to talk to us about today, is that we don't have to put ourselves down. We don't have to think negatives all the time. We can do stuff, you know, with a rightful mindset shift. I'll give you another example. Is to do with my book. In 2023, the Lord called me to write a book about my testimonies, about things that have escaped death. And when I got that call, the first thing that I thought of was, I cannot write a book. I am not a writer. I'm not an author. I don't know how to write a book. English is my second language. I have never written a book, all those things. That's what I thought about. But that wasn't going to get the call answered. So I had to change my mind from I cannot write a book to I can write a book. Maybe I just need a little help. Maybe I just need much help. Maybe I just need to think about who can help me. And guess what? That mindset shift worked because I did not let that call die. I took it up, even though I was scared, even though I was worried that, oh my goodness, I don't know what I'm doing. And I had to talk to somebody who helped me. My uncle gave me this talk and said, if the Lord has called you, you need to answer the call. Sometimes we might be paralyzed by our thoughts, and maybe we need to talk to someone. Maybe we need to talk to somebody to give us some encouragement. Maybe to see things from their perspective that might shift our thinking to help. So when I got this talk with my uncle, it helped me a lot. And I went to work. I started writing my book. I hired a company to help me get all this book together. And I'm happy to report that as of September 18, 2025, my book was published. From Orphan to Inspiration, 11 Miracles That Helped Me Escape Death. But when I was called, all I thought of was the limiting things. My mind was just limited because I've never done this. There is no way I can do that. So we need to just have our mind shift from I can't to maybe not yet, but I can. And I was also the other day reading a book because I decided I'm going to read a lot of books. And some of the books I got this one that is called Reinventing Yourself by Steve Chandler. Hopefully I'm saying his name right. And I'm going to read to you something that really touched my heart. I read it all and I made notes in this book. There is so much nuggets in this book. But I'm going to read to you something that I really, really loved. I loved it a lot, but let me read to you this. It says, get ready because it is time for you to stop playing small. It is time for you to get out of the old, comfy story about who you are. It is time for you to be a loving leader. Maybe over there you can put a loving friend, a loving mother, a loving husband, a loving whatever you want to put there. In your relationships and career, it is time for you to go after the dreams and goals that you have been too afraid to pursue. It's time for you to free yourself from the prison of a constructed identity that is not true. What do you talk about yourself? How do you see yourself? And it says it is time for you to reinvent yourself. So 2026, let us reinvent ourselves. Let us think differently. What have you been thinking about last year? If you don't think differently, you're going to get the same results. And you don't want that. So we have to change our thoughts. If you want a different life, you have to change your thoughts. How do you do that? How do you change your thoughts? I wrote down just a couple things. And one of them is, first you have to make a decision. Yourself. Nobody is coming to rescue you. Nobody is coming to change your mind 100%. People will talk to you, will help you see things differently, but you have to decide. You're the captain of your ship. You have to make a decision and say, I am going to change how I speak. I'm going to change how I do things. I'm going to change how I relate with people. I'm going to change. First, you have to recognize that maybe your mindset has been different and you want to change it. Then you make that decision because your mind is powerful. You have to choose the best for you. And then the other one is read books. Like I just told you, I read this and I have so many books that are waiting for me to read and I cannot wait. I'm so excited about that. Read books on mindset. You know, there is so much information out there. There are so many talented authors that have written good stuff. So go out there and change your mind. The other one is listen to speakers. There is a lot of people that speak about mindset shift. There is a lot of teachers. There is so much material out there. We live in the world that there is so much information at our doorstep. It's no longer so hard to find something to help you. So go find it, okay? And talk to people. Maybe talk to people who have a better mindset shift to help you, you know. We need help. We all need help. So I would like to share with you 10 simple mindset shifts we can adopt as we move forward. And this is for me too, you know, this is for me. The first one is when you find yourself saying, I can't do this, you have to shift it and say, I can try, or I can't do it yet. So many of us have this habit of, I can't. Everything that usually we are going to do, we start out like, oh, I can't do it. Like I said, I can't write the book, you know, I can't ride the bike, I can't drive, I can't do this, I don't have the money, I can't start the business. Usually it is I can't, until you change your mind and be like, what? I think I can. Maybe not right this minute, but I can. And the other one is I'm scared. Instead of saying that, you can say, God is with me, He will help me. The other one is I'm not good enough. How many times do we find ourselves saying that? Even myself, I'm not good enough. What can we say instead? We could say, I don't have to be perfect, but I have my good. You know, because you don't have to be perfect. By the way, there is nobody that is perfect. Even Jesus told us no one is perfect except the Father. So don't try to be perfect at anything. The other one I came up with, I wrote down is nothing good ever happens to me. Sometimes we say that about ourselves. Nothing good ever happens to me. It is always bad, you know. Instead of saying that, maybe let us change and say something good could happen to me, you know. That's a shift in how you see things. Then the other one is I'm behind in life. I used to struggle with that too, because I used to like compare myself with the kids I went to school with, and some of them were in better situation than I was. It took me a while to get married, and then all those things that sometimes look like they're against us, and we are like, I'm behind, you know. Instead of saying that, we could say, I am learning at my own pace. I am moving at my own pace. Because we are not in a race with anybody, you know. You're not racing with anyone. You're not in competition with anyone. So look into that if you've been doing that. My past defines me. Instead of saying that, maybe we could say, my story has a purpose. You have to be strong. Speak to yourself in a positive way. Change your mind, change your words, change your thinking. Another one is, I don't murder. How many times do we say that? Oh, poor me, I don't murder. No, you do. Because you are a daughter of God or a son of God. Instead of saying, I do not murder, just say, I am loved and I'm seen. People who are sent to be in your life, they see you as somebody who murders. And if somebody ever told you that you don't matter, you're nothing, don't even hang on to that. That is in the past. That is their problem. It is not your problem. So don't let that define you. Don't let that hang on to your life forever. Just shake it off and say, you know what? There are other people who see me as a good person. There are other people who value me, you know. So just change your mind about that. There are people who love you, people who see you, people who care about you. So don't say you don't matter, because you do. The other one is I'm failing as a mom, as a wife, as a husband. this is usual with mothers, especially, you know. We usually say, I'm failing as a mom, I'm failing my children, and sometimes we are crying, I'm failing, I don't know what to do. No, you're not. You're not failing. Those kids are still alive, and you're still alive. So instead of saying that, you might say, I am learning every day. Because I remember my father-in-law mentioned something that someone says that children do not come with a manual. It's not like a recipe that you have to put a cup, a teaspoon, or this much water. No, you're doing the best you're doing. So don't call yourself a failure, even if you feel like things are not the way you would have wanted them to be. Just think positive. Those kids are still alive, okay? And the other thing is, this season is too hard. If we keep telling it is too hard, it's going to be too hard, you know? If we keep saying, I'll never amount to anything, don't be surprised if that happens. Our words, they plant. They're like seeds. They will germinate. They will grow. So let's watch what we say. Let's watch what our mind is trying to tell us. And instead of that, you can say, hard seasons don't last forever. It might be hard. I'm not here to tell you that everything is going to be a bed of roses in life, because it's not. And I'm going to not say that, it is milk and honey. No, it's not. We are going to encounter problems. We are going to encounter things that will challenge our faith. We are going to be knocked down. You know, I read something, when we get out of those hard times, we are different people. We have a different mindset. God has worked in our lives. We have compassion for people who are going through it. For example, when I had our boys, I struggled a lot. So now I understand if a mother is struggling, because I went through it. And I have compassion on that lady when I see them struggling. If I was to find a mother struggling, I would have compassion on that lady. I may want to help them. Just like I want to help women right now. I want to help mothers. I took classes and I got a certificate to be a life coach. And I chose to be a life coach for moms who are struggling. Moms who are struggling, I want to help them to shift from that struggle to thrive. Because I was there. That hard time taught me something that I can pass on to other moms. In fact, I'm going to be launching my business, my life coaching business, to help mothers on the 15th of this month of January, because that hard time taught me something. So not all hard things came to kill us. Some came to teach us some lessons. Some came to help us to be examples to others that if we survived, maybe they will survive too. Because if I tell you something from my experience, and I tell you that I went through it, and I'm still here, it will encourage you. So let's have the shift in our minds. Instead of saying, it's so hard, I can't do it, you can say, the hard seasons, they don't last forever. And the last one is, this is all I will ever be. We find ourselves doing that. This is the only job I'll ever have. These are the only skills I have. No, you can get more skills. You can teach yourself. You can have someone else help you. We live in an evolving world. We evolve, you know. So instead of saying that, you can say, God is still working on me. I'm still breathing. So don't just count yourself out. Don't just, I'll always be sick. I'll always have no relationships. Always, no. Yeah, change your mind. You don't need, by the way, you don't need to change everything right away, you know. You don't. But if you work on one thing at a time, I think we can do this. Choose a thought you want to change and work on it. And also trust God to help you. Because on our own, it is hard. I'm not going to tell you it is easy. I'm not going to say, I only think about the positive. No. Because I'm a human being too, you know. I have weaknesses. But those weaknesses, I'm not going to let them hold me down. I am not. And I hope you won't let them hold you down. So, mindset shift doesn't mean pretending that life is easy. It means choosing hope over and over and choosing positive. And I hope, friends, that you will change your mind this year. As you're going forward, as you're thinking about all those goals you've set, as you're thinking about going to exercise, you have to have a mindset that is ready to do what you're saying you're going to do. Instead of saying, oh, last year I did this and it still didn't work. No, if that's what you're confessing, that you might get that, But let's shift our minds. Let's think positive. Let's think good things. Just like the Bible has told us, on those good things, let's think about. And also in Romans 12:2, it talks about renewing of our minds. Let's renew our minds. And every day, it's not a one-time thing, but it is every day. Every morning you wake up, thank God that you're still alive, and then think positive and do positive stuff. All right, friends, I'm so excited that I'm back. It has been a while because I took time off to write the book. And the book is out. And by the way, if you want to get my book, it is on Amazon. It is also on Ingram Spark. It is on Barnes & Nobles online. It is in other stores. Yeah, go get this book. It will help you also to change your mind, because you will learn about all these things that the Lord did in my life that will give you encouragement, a source of hope. All right. Take care of yourselves, and if you found this to be encouraging to you, please pass it on. Share this video with someone else. And also remember to subscribe. I think this is the first time I've said that, but subscribe and like and share this message. All right, friends. God bless you. Take care. Remember to renew your mind. Your mind is powerful. Take care.